ever get that feeling?
Yeah.
Like you hear a phrase
Yeah.
and it just sounds, well, tired. Like
Cool.
it's lost all its meaning, from being overused.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's what we're going to kind of dive into today.
Okay.
The world of the hackneyed, I guess it's a good word for it. Those cliches
Yes, exactly.
that we just see all the time that have become almost invisible because they're just everywhere.
Yeah, they're just part of the background noise of life almost.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But what's interesting to me is, are these phrases just destined to stay stale forever?
Yeah.
Or is there any way we can breathe some new life into them?
That's the question, isn't it? Right?
Yeah. And that's what
Yeah.
our source material kind of explores.
I'm excited to talk about it.
I really am too. So
Yeah, me too.
let's jump in.
What I thought was fascinating was how this
This source was saying that a lot of these cliches start with a nugget of truth.
No, absolutely.
They're trying to capture this feeling, universal feeling or experience.
Yeah.
Like, that classic live every day like it's your last.
Right.
And it's meant to be motivating.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's supposed to push you.
To seize the moment.
Totally.
I mean, I used to have that plastered all over my vision board.
Oh, me too.
But
I mean,
if I'm being honest.
it's appealing, right?
Yeah.
On the surface level, it's like,
yeah,
I want to do that.
It sounds good in theory, but then in practice,
Yeah.
trying to live every single day
It's your last.
with that level of intensity,
Yeah.
I don't know, it just feels so
It's just exhausting.
overwhelming and frankly, totally unrealistic.
You just burn out.
Right. It's like the source said, it's like trying to sprint a marathon.
Right.
You're going to burn out before mile 1.
Exactly.
Yeah. But what I thought was really brilliant
Yeah.
is how they suggested this little twist on it.
Oh, yeah. Tell me.
Instead of live every day like it's your last, live every other day like it's your last.
Oh, I like that.
Right.
Yeah.
And it just injects this element of balance into it.
It's more sustainable, too.
It's like we need that. We need that space to breathe.
Yeah.
We need to, recharge.
And it's not.
You can't go full speed all the time.
It doesn't have to be this,
right.
constant pressure,
Yeah, it takes the pressure off a little bit.
Totally. It's about those, making the most of the special moments.
Right.
Without sacrificing your well-being.
Without sacrificing the in-between moments, too.
Totally, yeah.
Which are also important.
But what I thought was really interesting was that the source wasn't...
totally dismissing cliches.
Oh, okay.
They were saying there's, a place for them, at least as, a starting point.
I see.
Kind of like a motivational quote to get you going.
Okay, so like a jump start.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
What'd you think about that?
I can see that.
Yeah.
I mean, there's definitely something to be said for that, that initial spark, you know? Think about it like a first impression.
Okay.
Something catches your eye, it's exciting, it's new, And cliches kind of offer that same little burst of inspiration.
Yeah.
They're like, come on, get out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, totally.
But I think the source is also cautioning us about getting stuck there.
Right.
At that surface level.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
You don't want to just stay there forever.
It's like being attracted to something shiny.
Yeah.
Then realizing there's just
Yeah, there's not a lot of substance to it.
no depth,
Yeah. Exactly.
And it made me think about that part where they talked about societal beauty standards versus intrinsic beauty.
Yeah.
It's like initially
Right.
you might be drawn to
what society tells you is
what you should be attracted
this
to.
is beautiful.
Right, exactly. But
It's like that true lasting connection comes from appreciating those
deeper qualities
that really matter
long
term.
And the source was really emphasizing how it's about aligning your actions with your own
with
personal values, finding that true resonance.
Yeah.
What really matters to you.
What speaks to you
Beyond those catchy phrases.
The shiny, the glittery,
Right, exactly.
surface level stuff.
And I thought, this is where things got really interesting.
Okay.
Was this image they used
Really?
of a phoenix
Yeah.
made of words.
I love that image.
rising from a pile of cliches.
It's so powerful, right?
Right. I mean, it's such a
very evocative.
A powerful symbol of rebirth.
Yeah.
Of rising from the ashes.
Yeah.
So how does the source connect that to cliches?
Well, I think it represents this potential for transformation. It's like this idea that we can move beyond those overused phrases, those old ways of thinking, and create something brand new, something that's truly authentic. It's about recognizing the limitations of cliches and seeking inspiration from sources that actually align with our values.
So it's not about totally rejecting cliches.
Not necessarily.
It's about recognizing when they've become
a crutch.
A crutch.
Yeah.
Holding us back.
When they're preventing us from finding that. Deeper meaning.
Deeper meaning, yeah.
It's that call to question. Those phrases we take for granted.
Absolutely.
And be like, wait a minute, what does this actually mean to me?
Right. What does it mean to you personally?
Yeah.
Not
just what it means to everybody else.
What everybody else has been saying.
And what it meant 50 years ago.
Right.
Exactly.
Things change.
And I think that leads to a really crucial question for everyone listening.
Absolutely.
What cliches have you outgrown?
Yeah.
What personal values have emerged to take their place?
Yeah. Think about those sayings that you might have once found inspiring.
Right.
But now, they just don't quite fit anymore.
Don't fit.
What happened?
What shifted?
Yeah. It's like realizing you've grown out of a favorite childhood shirt.
Totally. I love that analogy.
It served you well for a time, but you've evolved. Your tastes have changed.
You moved on.
Right.
Yeah.
So to wrap things up,
it
seems like cliches can be a useful springboard.
They can be a starting point.
But the real magic lies in finding your own unique path.
Yeah,
shaping those nuggets of truth into something that really resonates with who you are. And what you value.
What's important to you.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And as you encounter those well-worn phrases throughout your day, I encourage you to just pause, reflect. Don't just accept them at face value.
Okay.
Ask yourself, what's the deeper meaning here? How can I take this cliche and transform it into something that truly inspires me to live a more authentic and meaningful life?
I love that. Great advice to end on.
Yeah.
And with that, we'll wrap up today's deep dive.
Sounds good.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks, everyone.